Day 5. Novena Prayer to Saint Anthony for Financial Breakthrough. Welcome to Day 5, faithful soul. If you're here today, something extraordinary has been happening in your life over the past 4 days. Maybe you can't put your finger on exactly what it is yet, but there's been a shift. A sense that the impossible walls surrounding your financial situation are beginning to crack. A feeling that Saint Anthony has been working behind the scenes in ways you're just beginning to understand. Day 5 of any novena carries special significance in Catholic tradition. It represents the turning point, the moment when persistent prayer begins to manifest visible results. The spiritual momentum you've been building through 4 days of faithful prayer has created something powerful in the unseen realm. Today, we're going to witness Saint Anthony's intercession breaking through into your physical reality in ways that will leave you speechless. But I need to tell you something that might challenge you. The people who experience the most dramatic breakthroughs on Day 5 aren't the ones who've been praying half-heartedly. They're the ones who've shown up every single day, who've engaged fully with this prayer community, who've demonstrated their faith not just through words, but through actions that cost them something. Your financial miracle is directly connected to your spiritual commitment. If you've been serious about this novena, if you truly believe Saint Anthony is working on your behalf, then show it. Hit that like button right now. Share this video with someone who needs a miracle today. Subscribe to this channel because your breakthrough is tied to your willingness to be part of something bigger than your individual need. The saints respond to hearts that aren't selfish with their blessings. They multiply miracles through people who understand that their breakthrough is meant to overflow into others' lives. If you want to receive abundantly, you must be willing to give generously, even if all you have to give right now is a simple click to help this message reach someone else who's drowning in financial despair. Saint Anthony, we come before you today with hearts that have been stretched by 4 days of waiting, hoping, trusting when trust felt impossible. We've shown up when our circumstances screamed at us to give up. We've prayed when prayer felt pointless. We've believed when belief seemed foolish. That faithfulness has created something beautiful in the spiritual realm that you're about to manifest in our physical circumstances. You who never fail those who call upon you in genuine need, show us today why our persistence matters. You who specialize in impossible situations, prove once again that there's no financial crisis too deep for God's provision to reach. You who understand both divine power and human desperation, bridge the gap between our need and God's abundance in ways that will astound everyone who witnesses it. We're not here begging, Anthony. We're here claiming what God has already promised to provide for His children. We're here expecting the breakthrough you've been orchestrating for the past 4 days. We're here ready to receive, ready to be amazed, ready to become living testimonies of your miraculous intercession. There's something you need to understand about Day 5 of this novena. This is when Saint Anthony's intercession reaches a crescendo. This is when the spiritual pressure you've been building through consistent prayer finds its release point. This is when heaven responds to earth in ways that defy natural explanation and demonstrate supernatural intervention. Feel that anticipation building in your spirit right now. Feel that sense that something significant is about to shift in your favor. That's not wishful thinking. That's your soul recognizing what Saint Anthony can already see clearly. Your breakthrough isn't coming someday. It's not coming soon. It's coming now, today, through the prayer we're about to pray together. But here's what separates those who receive miraculous financial breakthroughs from those who continue waiting. The ones who receive understand that miracles require participation. They watch for opportunities Saint Anthony opens for them. They're ready to act when doors crack open. They recognize divine connections and pursue them boldly. They understand that God's provision often comes through their willingness to step out in faith. Are you ready to participate in your own miracle? Are you ready to say yes to opportunities that might stretch you beyond your comfort zone? Are you ready to walk through doors that Saint Anthony opens, even if you can't see where they lead? Because your breakthrough might require courage, faith, and action on your part. Anthony, we place before you today every specific need that has driven us to this novena. The urgent bills that can't wait any longer. The rent or mortgage payment that determines our housing security. The medical expenses that threaten our health and our finances simultaneously. The car payment that affects our ability to earn income. The credit card debt that grows faster than we can pay it down. The business expenses that could save or destroy everything we've worked to build. But we're not just presenting these needs, we're surrendering them completely into your capable hands. We release our grip on our own limited solutions and open our hearts to receive God's unlimited provision through your intercession. We stop trying to figure out how our situation will be resolved and instead trust completely that it will be resolved because you never fail those who trust you persistently. Let me tell you about a man named Roberto who participated in this same novena 3 years ago. He was facing bankruptcy, his family was about to lose their home, and he had exhausted every human option available to him. On day 5 of his novena to Saint Anthony, something extraordinary happened. While praying this same prayer we're praying today, Roberto felt a strong urge to check his email. There, waiting in his inbox, was a message from someone he hadn't heard from in over 10 years, a former colleague who had started a business and remembered Roberto's particular expertise. The colleague offered him a consulting contract that not only saved Roberto from bankruptcy, but launched him into the most financially successful period of his life. Roberto later said that the timing was so precise, so perfectly orchestrated, that there was no doubt it came through St. Anthony's intercession. The colleague had been thinking about contacting Roberto for months, but felt prompted that specific day, at that specific hour, to finally send the email that changed everything. That's how St. Anthony works. He doesn't just pray for your needs, he orchestrates circumstances, connects people, opens doors, and creates opportunities that align perfectly with God's timing and your specific situation. He works through the natural world to accomplish supernatural results. Right now, while you're praying with us, St. Anthony might be prompting someone to think about you in ways that could change your entire financial picture. Someone might be about to make a phone call that leads to your breakthrough. Someone might be preparing to offer you an opportunity you never saw coming. Someone might be getting ready to pay a debt they owe you that you had written off as lost. Can you sense the movement happening around your situation? Can you feel the spiritual activity that's about to break through into your physical reality? That excitement building in your chest isn't false hope. It's your spirit recognizing what's about to manifest through St. Anthony's powerful intercession. If you're feeling this spiritual momentum building, if something inside you is beginning to expect miraculous provision, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button and share this video immediately. Your breakthrough is connected to your willingness to spread hope to others. The saints multiply miracles through generous hearts that understand their blessing is meant to bless others. Anthony, we ask you today to move in ways that leave no doubt about your involvement in our financial breakthrough. Create coincidences that are clearly divine orchestration. Open doors that only heavenly authority could unlock. Connect us with people who have exactly what we need exactly when we need it. Give us ideas that generate income in ways we never considered before. Speak to the hearts of those who owe us money and prompt them to pay what they owe. Touch the minds of employers and cause them to think favorably about hiring us or promoting us. Influence landlords, creditors, and bill collectors to show us mercy and give us time. Create supernatural favor with banks, loan officers, and anyone else who makes financial decisions that affect our lives. But we ask for more than just money, Anthony. We ask for wisdom to manage whatever provision comes our way. We ask for discernment to recognize opportunities and avoid traps. We ask for courage to step out in faith when action is required. We ask for patience to wait with dignity when waiting is what's needed. We ask for humility to receive help gracefully when pride wants to refuse it. Most importantly, we ask you to prepare our hearts to be generous with whatever we receive. Help us remember that our breakthrough is meant to become someone else's blessing. Help us understand that God's provision flows through grateful hearts, not hearts that hoard what they receive. Help us become conduits of His abundance, not just containers for our own comfort. There's something I need you to understand about this moment in your novena. Day 5 is when many people experience what we call breakthrough symptoms. You might feel unusually hopeful for no logical reason. You might find yourself making plans you haven't dared to make in months. You might feel compelled to take actions that don't make complete sense, but feel absolutely right. These aren't signs that you're becoming unrealistic. They're signs that your spirit is responding to what St. Anthony is accomplishing on your behalf. Trust these promptings. Act on these inspirations. Follow these inner nudges that feel like they're coming from beyond your own thinking. They're leading you toward your miracle. Watch for signs today that your situation is shifting. Phone calls you weren't expecting. Mail that contains good news instead of bills. Ideas that suddenly seem brilliant. Conversations that mention opportunities. People who offer help you didn't ask for. Small windfalls that seem insignificant but represent the beginning of larger provision. Don't dismiss these as coincidences. Don't minimize their importance because they seem too small to matter. St. Anthony often works through small beginnings that grow into major breakthroughs. The miracle you're praying for might start with something that seems unimpressive, but contains the seeds of your complete financial restoration. Anthony, we pray today for everyone who has joined us for this Day 5 prayer. We pray for the widow choosing between medicine and groceries, for the father working 3 jobs but still falling behind on bills, for the mother hiding her financial stress from her children, for the elderly person afraid they'll lose their independence, for the student drowning in debt before their life has really begun. Let today be the day everything changes for all of us. Let our collective faith create a spiritual breakthrough that touches every life represented in this prayer community. Let our combined desperation become combined celebration as you work miracle after miracle through your powerful intercession with God. Transform our individual struggles into a testimony of your faithfulness that encourages others to trust you in their darkest hours. Use our breakthroughs to build faith in those who have stopped believing in miracles. Make our stories proof that you still work wonders for those who refuse to give up on God's goodness. But here's something that distinguishes Day 5 from the previous 4 days. Today, St. Anthony is asking something of you in return for his intercession. He's asking you to make a commitment that demonstrates your faith isn't just talk, but action. He's asking you to show your gratitude in advance for the miracle he's working on your behalf. That commitment might be as simple as promising to share your testimony when your breakthrough comes. It might be committing to help someone else who's facing financial struggles. It might be deciding to increase your giving when your situation stabilizes. It might be volunteering your time or skills to help others in need. What is St. Anthony asking of you right now? What commitment is stirring in your heart as a response to his intercession on your behalf? Don't ignore that prompting. That's part of the spiritual equation that releases your financial miracle. Your willingness to give back demonstrates the heart condition that receives abundantly. Make that commitment now, silently in your heart. Tell St. Anthony what you'll do with the breakthrough he's working for you. Promise him how you'll honor God's provision when it manifests in your life. Seal that promise with your willingness to like, share, and support this prayer community that's believing with you for your miracle. If you're hesitating to make that commitment, if you're holding back from fully engaging with this prayer process, ask yourself why. What fear is stronger than your desperation for financial breakthrough? What reservation is keeping you from fully trusting St. Anthony's intercession? Whatever it is, bring it into this prayer and ask him to heal it. Anthony, heal the wounds in our hearts that make it difficult to trust completely. Heal the disappointments that make us afraid to hope fully. Heal the shame that makes us feel unworthy of miraculous provision. Heal the fear that whispers we're asking for too much or expecting too much or believing too boldly. Replace those wounded places with confidence in God's love for us. Replace our hesitation with holy boldness that expects great things from a great God. Replace our timidity with the kind of faith that makes room for miracles by believing they're not just possible, but inevitable for those who trust persistently. Strengthen our faith for the final 4 days of this novena. Help us show up consistently, even when we don't see immediate changes in our circumstances. Help us pray fervently, even when prayer feels repetitive. Help us trust completely, even when trust feels risky. Help us finish what we started in faith, knowing that the greatest breakthroughs often come in the final days of persistent prayer. There's something happening in the spiritual realm right now that's about to manifest in your physical reality. Resources are being released that have been held up by spiritual opposition. Doors are being unlocked that have been sealed by circumstances beyond your control. People are being prompted to think about you in ways that will result in opportunities you never imagined. Divine connections are being orchestrated that will bring exactly the right people into your life at exactly the right time with exactly what you need. Supernatural favor is being arranged that will cause people to say yes to requests you haven't even made yet. Miraculous provision is being prepared that will exceed your expectations and meet needs you haven't even expressed. Can you sense the acceleration happening around your situation? Can you feel the momentum building toward a breakthrough that will leave no doubt about St. Anthony's involvement? That anticipation growing in your spirit isn't premature excitement. It's prophetic awareness of what's about to unfold through continued faithful prayer. Stay alert in the coming hours and days. Pay attention to conversations, phone calls, emails, mail, and unexpected visitors. Watch for opportunities disguised as ordinary encounters. Listen for ideas that feel like inspiration rather than desperation. Be ready to act on promptings that feel like faith rather than fear. Your breakthrough might come through channels you never considered, from people you least expected, in ways you never imagined. But it will come, because St. Anthony has never failed anyone who trusted him with persistent, faithful prayer. And you've proven your trust by showing up today for day 5 of this powerful novena. Anthony, we thank you for receiving our prayers with such compassion and presenting them to God with such confidence. We thank you for working behind the scenes in ways we cannot see, orchestrating solutions we could never have arranged ourselves. We thank you for understanding both our desperate need and God's abundant supply, and bridging the gap between them through your miraculous intercession. As we prepare to close today's prayer, seal in our hearts the absolute certainty that you have heard us and are working on our behalf. Seal in our minds the peace that comes from knowing our situation is in the hands of someone who specializes in impossible circumstances. Seal in our spirits the expectation that our breakthrough is not just coming, but is already manifesting through your powerful prayers. Keep us faithful for the remaining 4 days of this novena. Keep us hopeful when circumstances suggest hope is foolish. Keep us generous with our support for others, even when we're still waiting for our own breakthrough. Keep us watching for the miracle that's about to astonish us with its perfect timing and complete provision. Before we finish today, I want to speak directly to those who have been following this novena but haven't fully engaged with this prayer community. Your financial breakthrough is connected to your willingness to be part of something bigger than your individual need. If you've been blessed by these prayers, if you believe St. Anthony is interceding for you, prove it through your actions. Like this video right now, share it with everyone you know who needs financial breakthrough. Subscribe to this channel and become an active part of this prayer community. Comment below with your specific prayer intention so we can agree with you in faith. Stop being a silent observer and become a participating believer in the miracle God is working through your life. Your engagement matters more than you realize. Every like helps this message reach someone else who's drowning in financial despair. Every share connects someone to the hope they desperately need. Every subscription builds a community of believers whose combined faith creates spiritual momentum that breaks through impossible circumstances. Day 5 is complete, but the breakthrough you've been praying for is just beginning to manifest. The spiritual work St. Anthony has been doing on your behalf is about to become visible in your physical circumstances. The miracle you've been believing for is closer than it's ever been before. We'll see you tomorrow for day 6, when the momentum we've been building reaches even greater intensity. Keep believing. Keep praying. Keep expecting. Keep watching for the signs that your financial situation is about to change dramatically for the better. Your persistence is about to pay off in ways that will exceed your greatest expectations. Your faith is about to be rewarded with provision that will leave no doubt about God's love for you and St. Anthony's power to intercede on behalf of those who trust him completely. Anthony, bless everyone who has prayed with us today. Bless their finances, their families, their faith. Bless their willingness to trust when everything around them suggests trust is foolish. Bless their courage to hope when hope feels risky. Bless their determination to continue believing even when they don't see immediate results. Work the miracle, Anthony. Work the financial breakthrough we so desperately need. Work it for all of us who have committed our hearts to this prayer, who have shown up consistently, who refuse to give up on God's goodness, even in our most desperate hour. In the name of Jesus, through your powerful intercession, with complete confidence in God's provision and perfect timing, we entrust our financial futures completely to your care. Day 5 is done, but the best is yet to come. Your breakthrough is building momentum. Your miracle is taking shape. Your testimony is being written by the hand of God through the intercession of St. Anthony. Hold on. Help is coming. The breakthrough you've been praying for is about to manifest in ways that will astound you. Until tomorrow, live in expectation, walk in faith, trust God's perfect timing and St. Anthony's proven intercession. Your financial miracle is closer than you think, and day 6 will bring you even closer to the complete breakthrough you've been believing for.